guys, it's Tasha with Bridges Get Stitches. Thanks for joining me again. You may be asking, why are you on the floor of your kitchen? There's a reason in the background. I'll show you in a second. But first, those of you that are new, thanks for joining me. I promise I'm not always this weird, although let's just be honest, everybody has their own little weird, so let's just go with it. Thank you for joining me. This is my little corner of the world, of the internet world, I guess, specifically, where I talk about cross stitch and sewing and just all the things that make me happy. Those of you that are coming back, hey guys, what's up? Leave a comment below, say hey, let me know what you're stitching on, or just what random thing you're doing today, because why not? And I'll save any like life updates and stuff towards the end, like usual. Well, like I've been doing recently, and get into the stitching part of it, because my daughter is the absolute sweetest. So I have a finish right here. It's the Tulip Trio. And this was a small that was in the 2024 spring Just Cross Stitch magazine. And I don't know, it probably took about 2 weeks to do it, just off and on, because I'm stitching on so many different things. But I finished it, and Lucy was like, oh, mommy, that is so good. It needs to go on the fridge. And she took it from me and brought it down here and set it on the fridge next to her very own masterpiece. What is it? No clue. But we won't tell her that. Although, I mean, you can tell there's a bird up top there. I think she said it was a nest with some eggs. Oh yeah, those white things are eggs. That's right. So my beautiful finish sits right next to Lucy's beautiful finish. I just thought you might enjoy that. Okay, so now that you've seen my finish for the month, I can get into my whips that I've been working on. Not many to show. I haven't really made a lot of progress on them because I kind of got swooped up in my new start, as you'll see. But I did work on Woman in a Field of Flowers, which is designed by Eder Rosa and charted by StitchesSewBeautiful. And this is where I was last time we saw it. I'm getting there. And I made some progress on it, but not a ton, probably only like 600 stitches or so. And so that's where it is now. And of course the needle minder is right smack dab in the middle of the project, which means you're not gonna be able to see any of it. I took it off the Q-snap because I needed to borrow that Q-snap for another project. And I think I'm gonna take the time today and put this one on one of my scroll frames so that I can like have it out and ready, because it's going to be huge and I'm excited. So that's where we're at right now, getting into some more of those greens and such, because I was primarily focusing on these like dark blues. Now I'm starting to see some of that green and that brown come out, and gosh, it's so cool. And if you're wondering why I left this really big patch right here, it's because these 2 pages are almost done and there's 100 stitches on each side, and you get points in fandom stitching for a page finish in June. So I'm saving these 2 to count as finishes in June because I gotta get those imaginary points. The Donalds, we need to win this year. We're not gonna win. No, I mean, I don't care if we win or not. I just have fun with it. And this one currently lives in this March Lucky Charm bag by Brenda's Minders and More. She has a monthly subscription that I've joined, and I love these bags. They're so well made, and I make bags myself, so it's telling if I like to purchase other people's bags. Next one I worked on is Treasure Island, and this is the Owl Forest Embroidery Sal. And sorry, Women in a Field was on 28 count, even weave, 1 over 1. And this is where I was last time on Treasure Island, and I picked this one up for a couple big prompts and was able to fully finish the frame part of it. So now there is a full rectangle around it, which was nice because then I could cut off the bottom. And get that pulled in. And then I'm working on these bottom waves here and like filling in all of the like yellow, because again, these are all different parts of a sal, and if I can get a couple sal parts done, those count as finishes. So I'm never gonna get all this done. It's not gonna happen, but you can dream, you know? This is on a, is it 18 count or is it 28 count? I think it's 28 count. I'll have to double check, but pretty sure it's 28 count, but it's a coffee dyed linen. I dyed it myself. I'm using DMC on it, so I did not get the Owl Forest threads, but I think it is looking really well, showing up well. I was afraid some of the colors would like blend in. Like, it's kind of hard to see this gold down there unless you're really focusing on it, but it looks great in person, and a friend of mine has already asked if he can have it. So as soon as I'm done with it, it's going in his house. So yay. Let's see. I guess that counts as a new start because you guys haven't seen it, even though it's kind of been sitting in the background. So I'll save that one. Next one I worked on was, well, I guess it was kind of the last one I worked on. It's the last whip that I worked on, is the Turn Abbey, which is the 2024 HAED sal. So this one is charted and designed by Michelle Sayeda. I don't know how to say her last name. I apologize. But she designed and charted it. It's where I was last time we saw it. Sorry, I'm getting back in the groove. It's all good. And this is where I am now. So mostly just filling in a lot of this stuff. I'm not close to caught up on the sal, but I'm going to give this one some more focus this next month, because the contest for the Stitches So Beautiful is almost done, which there's some people that are doing like 6,000 stitches in a week. Like, I'm way behind. I'm not winning that thing. No big. I've got plenty. I've got more patterns than I know what to do with. So yeah, this one needs to get some more love. So this one's hanging out this month. Okay. So those are whips. So then technically 2 new starts. I had this out for a while, but I haven't shown anybody because I wasn't sure I was going to keep going on it, but I decided I was going to. So this is the Botanical Blackwork Sal, which is by the Steady Thread. And I was like so determined. I was like, I'm going to do the main sal, and then I'm also going to do all the minis, and it's going to be like great and blah, blah, blah. And I had a moment. I was just like, really, why am I pushing myself to do this? Like, obviously I don't want to, because I've put it off and put it off and put it off. So I decided, instead of doing the full sal, I'm just going to do the mini, because I already had the mini frame started. So I finished the frame for the mini. So there's just going to be 9, you know, they're like the bonus, the mini releases. This is on an 11 count that I had hanging around because I never know what to do with 11 count because I don't stitch on 11 count. So I was like, blackwork, let's do it. So I've got this all pulled together. That was so much work and extra counting and a lot of frogging. Just when you get into the groove, you're like, oh crap, this doesn't go flat. It makes a diamond. And so then I had to take it all out and then stitch it again. And then I do the same thing down here, and then I'd come down here and I would do the same. I'm like, oh, come on. But it looks good far away, not as good up close. So we're just gonna keep it back there. I've got this one ready for the, thread on the needle still ready for stitching up the next one, or one of the first ones. So that turned out pretty well. Okay, so my next new start is kind of my big one. And she lives in this wonderful pink candy bag made by me. I sent a matching one over to Hillary for, drumroll, our Sal, Candie. Wow, she is so gorgeous. I'm loving it every second. So I chose the darker skin tone and the pink dress. Take a gander at that gorgeousness. This is on a 32 count hemp linen by Jackson Fabric Arts. Look at the color variation there. It just like flows. It's like, her dress looks like it's shining. And it's not even like a full dress. That's so stinking pretty. Oh, so gorgeous. I'm trying to remember the name of this linen. I think it was called Jacobsdatter or something. I'll put it down below because I will look it up. But if you've never ordered from Jackson Fabric Arts, you need to. Over on Etsy, absolutely gorgeous fabric. It like flows like butter. Oh, gorgeous. Love it. Anyway, she's turning out so good. I'm so excited. And there are so many people over on Instagram joining in. It's so nice to see. One of them is doing a Gothic conversion. I guess I should say it's by Whittier Stitches. Duh. Kat over at Whittier Stitches has Candie, and then she just is pulling together the mermaid periwinkle, which I have news about later. And she did a Gothic conversion, which is like purple and black, for another stitcher, and it looks fabulous. She's doing it on a like purple, I want to say opalescent fabric. So pretty. And another person is doing the green, and I am actually just now starting to get some of these pinks in, so just you wait. It's gonna come together before you know it. Love it. So much fun. That kind of leads into my plans a little bit. So I am currently waiting for Kat over at Whittier Stitches to, well, she's already sent it. I'm waiting for the fabric and floss to arrive because I get to test stitch periwinkle, mermaid periwinkle. I'm so excited. Freaked out. She was looking for a test stitcher, and I like instantly was like, pick me, and all she messaged was yo, and I said, yep, sign me up. No questions asked. Sign me up. So I'm so excited. It's on the way. It was supposed to get here yesterday and it didn't. So I'm like, come on, mail. You're messing with me. But I mean, the minute that gets here, I'm sorry, y'all. Everything else is stopping and I am stitching that mermaid. So excited. It's going to be gorgeous. If you haven't seen it, I'm sure I've been displaying it. Take a look. So that's in my plans. So is Candie. I'm addicted. I cannot stop. I also want to keep up with with Turn Abbey. So that one's happening because I need to get that one back on track as far as like finishing for the HAED Sal. And I kind of, I've been squirreling about a lot of other things and I need to like pause and backpedal and get that done because I'm finishing that chart by the end of the year. I don't care. I'm finishing it. So that's going to be my priority. I also have Mania coming up, and that is either starting one new start and working on it every day for 15 or 24 days, or 15 or 24 new starts. That's not happening. So I'm planning to start the aquarium as my Mania start and work on that one for fandom stitching so that I at least get the points and don't have to start 24 or 15 new projects because I don't have the space for them. I currently have 71 whips and I'm only allowed to work on 24 at a time. And once they reach 200 stitches, then they are a whip for whip warriors. So not happening. So those are plans, as well as prepping for StitchCon because I got into weekend A and I'm so excited. Ooh, so excited. I need to get my small stitched. I picked it. It's out of the JustCrossStitch magazine, the summer 2024 that we just got. I'm not going to reveal it because I don't have the plan fully formulated in my brain, and so I need to get it there, and then I need to get the supplies, and then I need to stitch it. Oh my goodness. So that is plans. I'm not gonna let myself plan anything else. I'm leaving it at that. The only piece of haul I have is the April bag from Brenda's Minders and More, and it's Easter gnomes, guys. I was just talking about my gnome obsession. It's Easter gnomes. These guys are so stinking cute. He's got a carrot garland and I died. Nail on the head. Oh, I was excited to get that one. Oh my goodness. Okay. What else? What's some other things I've been working on? Oh, so I found the pages for the quiet book that I had been making, which was what kind of got me back into looking at like needle art and stuff. The pages for the Harry Potter quiet book that I had made one for a friend of mine, and I was also going to make a second one. There's Easter eggs everywhere for Lucy, and never got around to finishing it. So I found it and I was like, oh, well, I need to pull that out. So I pulled this out at work and I got a page done. Well, almost. I need to put Dumbledore's hat on and then add the Velcro so that this can turn off. But the baby's done. All the background is done. Except the green. I need to attach the green. Oh, you guys can't see that. Hang on. I need to attach the green still. And then put his hat on. So this page is almost done, and then I've got I think one of these days I'll go through and I'll show all of the pages, but I think I've only got four or five pages left. I think it's only 4. And then I can put it all together. And just in time for Lucy to not really be interested in it, but it's fun. Cool beans. And that pattern was designed by Otterby Stitching over on Instagram. She does a lot of felt work. She and all of this felt are like my 2 favorite felt artists over there. Take a look at them if you get a chance. Let's see. So I found those. And then, oh, my TBS. Casey, look away. I say that because last time I showed something and she said that she forgot about how cool the pattern was until I showed it. You may not be interested in this one, Casey, but I don't want to tempt you. So this is My Home in the Garden by Hello from Liz Matthews. And I just love the like pastel yet still rainbowy colors in it. I haven't done a lot of alphabet samplers. I'm hoping to when I get to them, but I love the whole calming feel of this one. It's very pretty. Okay. Oh, let me do my life updates and then I will like go back and do language, I think. Yeah. So life updates, not really a whole lot going on. We had a Earth Day event at work where we collected e-waste, electronic waste, and that was yesterday. And so I spent like 2 full hours outside in the cold and we filled up like 5 pallets worth of stuff. So it was great. We got a lot of things that came in, but I was so stinking cold. And then you had to go inside and I had a 4-hour training. So I had ergonomics training was 4 hours Monday through Thursday. And I'm sitting there like shivering while I'm drinking my coffee and taking this training. And that was actually where I got the frame finished for the Botanical sow. So that was a lot of fun, but hey, I took my 3-hour exam in an hour and a half and passed it. So yay. We've been doing a lot of things around the house. Here's some before and after pictures of like the mulch that we've been working with. We mostly just want to get all of these weeds and all of these like garden beds and stuff figured out. Cause they're just covered in weeds, and you can tell very clearly that the owners before us like redid the beds the last second to make it look good so they could sell it, but didn't really like put a lot of effort into it. So now we have to go back and take out what they did and put back in the stuff that actually makes it look good. So Brian's been doing most of the work on that, but Lucy and I have helped quite a bit as well. And then I do have a few sewing projects I've been working on, and I will probably put those in a different video because I want to keep those separate. And if you're interested, you can go watch. So yeah. Okay, and I wanted to show you another one of Brian's pictures. So here you go. Yes, there are pictures of bacon. Let me try to not get the glare on it. There we go. And you can see fire-breathing chili and the watermelon needed a smile. There are a lot of pictures of bacon all over this wall. I guess I could show you another one here. This one, this guy here listening to some music with really big earphones / buns. This guy's toweling off after a swim And then this lady, this tea bag, is getting mugged by the two hot chocolate pirates, I think. Yeah. But then surrounded by bacon, of course. That's my husband. Okay, so I backed you up a little bit so that I could like actually show you the language. So today's word of the day is stress, which is great because I don't really have a lot of stress now. So, but in sign language, it's your non-dominant hand in the S formation, and then your dominant hand is 5 fingers, and you push down twice, and you also do the facial. So that's stress in ASL. And then in French, stress is stressy, stressy. And then in Spanish, it's estrés, estrés. And then just for fun, I looked it up in German and Italian as well. So here you go. German, it's stress, stress. They don't roll their R's. Stress. It's like a sh for the S, and then tress, stress, stress. I'm probably doing that wrong, but it's like thick German accent. Someone else can do it better probably. And then in Italian, it's fatica, fatica, kind of like fatigue, fatica. I just thought that was really cool. And then I feel like I looked it up in another language, Iberian maybe? No, Dutch. And it was spanning. Oh, and then Chinese. I looked up Chinese too because I went crazy. Chinese was yali. Yeah. Cool. I just decided to have some fun with it, so why not? Okay, what else? Only other thing I'll say is what I've been reading. And I just finished Frozen Winter, which is a book that Pam read, from Pam and Steph. And oh man, oh, that was good. That was a really good book. It is about a midwife named Martha who has to face all of these like pushbacks from like the men in her little town or whatnot. It's like early on when like the Bill of Rights is like very new, and like things are still like the judicial system is still kind of like male dominated, and like you don't really believe the women, and so like there are cases of rape and incest and children out of wedlock or yada yada, but it's just this woman that stands strong in her opinions and in her experience and her knowledge, and how she kind of navigates that and helps the other women in her village at the same time that this really big incident occurs with they found a body in a river, in the frozen river, and like trying to figure out what's going on with it and what happened. And it was very well written, and I loved the author's note at the very end. So I've never read a book by her, and of course I'm sorry, I can like see the title, the cover in my head, but I literally just finished it, so I can't remember her name. But the author's note was really good. She went in and said that normally that she tends to stick pretty like strictly to the historical facts, but with this one she ended up not really exaggerating, but like taking a little bit of liberties with it, because most of what she got was like there's the diary of this woman, this Martha woman. So she's based off a real character, a real person in history, and she delivered like 200 some odd babies or something. I don't remember the number, but it was a lot. And her notes are very like minimal, and so she took it and kind of just went with it, and it was really cool and really interesting. But you must read the book before you read the author's note, because it gives some things away. So but that was really good, really well done. Now I am currently reading the third book in the Plated Prisoners series. So the first one was Guild. The second one, what was the second one called? Was it Glint? And then I'm on Gleam. I'm not sure, but I'm on the third one, and it's really good. there are a lot of other things that are calling me. So it's not audiobook format. So I have to stop my stitching in order to read it, which means it's taking a lot longer. Because if I can listen to a book, man, I'm done with like, because I listen pretty fast to books. I think I'm on like book number 106 this year. So I read a lot of books this year. So needing recommendations, I got you. But so I'm reading that, and that is a retelling of King Midas. And it involves, like, they throw in fae and magic, and there's pirates and like 6 different kingdoms, and it's really cool. I think Raven Kennedy is the author. That one was really well written, I thought. It's one of those that you either like or you hate it. And there's quite a few people that are like, man, this series like falls flat, but then there's people like me who really like it. So never know. And then 2 other books that I just picked up because I went to a tea event with, my mother-in-law who's in my book club, and then another lady from book club, just as a birthday present for her. And we went to this place called the Book Bus, and it's just down the road from Keepsakes, and it's entirely staffed by volunteers, and they do a lot of really fun things. Like they do a subscription for like little kids, and they just started doing the tea events with the tea shop that's like connected to them. Like it's all the same building. They like got together to do one business or whatnot. But anyway, we had some really good tea, and there were scones and sandwiches and stuff, but then you got a book that went with that, and you could pick either. There was one by Agatha Christie that my mother-in-law got, and so did Katrina, and then there's this one, and I was like, well, whenever one of you finishes yours, we'll just swap, so that we got both books. But it's Rosie's Traveling Tea Shop. I have not started it. It's supposed to be just kind of a chill, easy read, not really too intense. Let's see, it says, the trip of a lifetime. Rosie Lewis has her life together. A swanky job as a Michelin star sous chef, a loving husband, and future children scheduled for exactly January 2021. That's until she comes home one day to find her husband's pre-packed bag and a confession that he's had an affair. Heartbroken and devastated, Rosie drowns her sorrows in a glass or 3 of wine, only to discover the following morning that she has spontaneously invested in a bright pink camper van to facilitate her grand plans to travel the country. Now, Rosie is about to embark on the trip of a lifetime and the chance to change her life. With Poppy, her newfound traveling tea shop, in tow, nothing could go wrong. Could it? And it just fit really well because it's the book bus, which there's like an actual bus wagon in the building, and a tea shop, which is, there's a tea shop connected to the book bus. So I'll let you know how that goes when I get to it. And then while I was there, I also picked up Whale Fall. I'd never heard of it, never heard of this author, but it's supposed to be about this guy who gets swallowed by a whale. A scuba diver swallowed by an 80-foot, 60-ton sperm whale and has only 1 hour to escape before his oxygen runs out in this gripping, moving, and scientifically accurate novel. And it seemed so off the wall that I was like, sure, why not? Yeah, so, and it looks like it's like written, I don't know. It looked journal-esque, but now I'm looking at it and I'm like, I have no idea. Oh, that's his PSI. That's the pressure rating. So that's what's left. Okay, so I don't know. That one, I don't know why it was calling to me, but it was. So we're going to give that a try. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. That's everything I have to show you. I know some of you probably pieced out after the after the cross stitch stuff, so no worries. Those of you that have stayed, I'm glad you could. I'm glad you hung out with me. I'm hoping to get some more work done, but I can guarantee you it's only going to be like 1 or 2 projects next round. But hopefully it'll be a lot of progress. So fingers crossed. If you made it this far, I'm excited for summer. So if you made it this far, put a sun, like emoji or GIF or anything. What, something with sun down below. That'll be fun. And until next time, have a great one. Enjoy the weather. Enjoy your stitching. See ya.